Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, speaking at a Turning Point Action Conference on Saturday, vowed to have former director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, Anthony Fauci, sent to prison over his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. It's totally a normal thing to do to a health official. Dr. Anthony Fauci shouldn't be tried for crimes against humanity, Greene said at the conference, in comments highlighted by Mediaite, leading to the crowd chanting, "Lock him up!" She responded, "Well, I can assure that if I have anything to do with it, I will lock him up. He belongs in prison." Greene also attacked President Biden and former Speaker Nancy Pelosi during her speech. "I'll never forget when the Biden administration and Nancy Pelosi, as Speaker of the House, brought in nearly 30,000 National Guardsmen and turned our Capitol complex into a military base," she told the audience. "They masked school children. They shut down schools. They closed beaches. They silenced your speech." Biden was not present at the time. The Trump administration, at the request of congressional leaders, including Republican leaders, Senator Mitch McConnell and Representative Kevin McCarthy, deployed the National Guard to secure the Capitol after supporters of Trump led an insurrection in the Capitol in an attempt to stop the certification of Biden as president. Greene has been accused of helping some of those insurrectionists by providing them with tours before January 6, 2021. After taking over on January 20th, 2021, Biden's administration instituted a mask mandate on public transportation, but did not impose a federal mask mandate. Fauci has been a frequent target for conservatives who claim his advocacy for masking and social distance restricted freedoms and was ineffective, and have accused him of covering up the origins of the COVID. Oh my God. The House Select Subcommittee on the pandemic called Fauci to testify at a heated hearing earlier this month where Republicans accused Fauci of attempting to skirt federal Freedom of Information Act requests by using a private email server. Fauci denied the allegation. At the hearing, Greene marked the most contentious moment of the hearing, with Democrats quickly calling for points of order after she refused to recognize Fauci as a doctor. "Mr. Fauci, because you're not a doctor, you're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes," Greene said. "That man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked, and he belongs in jail," Greene responded. And then they mentioned that Fauci's going to put out some book soon, which I probably would read if I wasn't getting economically hung. But anyways, the biggest takeaway from this story is that Greene is trying to rile up her base and is a liar. I mean, when you say that that Biden and Pelosi, maybe Pelosi, right? They brought in nearly 30,000 guardsmen to turn the Capitol into a military base. Like, yes, President Biden, prior to his term starting, found a way to get 30,000 guardsmen. Be like, "Okay, person who's not president yet, yes, we will follow your orders." They masked school children. They shut down schools. They closed beaches. They silenced your speech. The silence your speech thing is kind of dubious. There are a lot of websites that have had policies about spreading misinformation about the virus, right? So if you go and say it will give you this type of disorder and that's not a thing that's actually proven or otherwise correct, they will, in many cases, go after you. But understand that that Biden and Pelosi have nothing to do with that. Biden and Pelosi are not sitting in a room going, if you're Pelosi, "This person wants to say something bad about our COVID policies, ban them." You know, that's not her doing that. Those social media sites are the ones that are determining how to enforce restrictions meant to. And of course, we can discuss the freedom of speech angle one way or the other. But the point is that the people she's accusing of being involved with this massive crackdown either were not involved at the various points she's mentioning, or in the case of the social media stuff, are not involved at all. It's like, I can't believe they would shut down places where there's mass gatherings when there's a virus going around that can be spread from person to person based on contact. What a big shock and surprise. And my thing is, like, you give this stupid speech and you have no recourse. And of course, I know that with a lot of conservatives nowadays, it's just people talking. They don't really have a plan of action other than that Project 2025 thing. But she wants Fauci to be in prison for committing crimes against humanity. But how are you going to do this? I mean, the Republicans are close, very, very close, and really the hands-on favorite to lose the House of Representatives in this upcoming election. So, but it's like, even if by some miracle they retain it, get a few more seats, what are they going to do? Are like, if they try to hold Fauci in contempt of Congress, aren't they going to need both chambers? That's why I said, just she just runs her mouth, you know. And if it's not misinformation, it's some threat that she can't back up. It would be one thing if, you know, the Republicans had some supermajority in both chambers, or there were Democrats that were also like, you know what, Fauci didn't know what he was talking about. But it's all just been partisan attacks, and it's not even by a really influential member. She's not the Speaker of the House. She's not in any leadership position, but she's going to pledge that if she has anything to do with it, Fauci will be sitting behind bars for committing crimes against humanity. And these crimes are, oh man, there was a virus that was being spread from person to person, and they put masks to stop people from getting it and tried to distance them. And, you know, we can talk about again how effective these things were. But I don't see what the long term. I guess it disturbs me that you say he lied, no proof, and then the few things that were done to mitigate this virus, which a lot of people fought because they were scared, they were worried that they would get sick as well. And I think any person who's not a doctor but is worried about their own health probably is going to take the word of medical professionals. You're gonna like try to say that, oh, our freedoms were stolen from us. I didn't feel less free having to wear a mask. I mean, it fogged up my glasses and kind of annoyed me a little bit, but I didn't think I was restricted in any way. And I highly doubt people are just going to the beach every day. It's just it's dumb. But that's the conservative icon and the intellectual juggernaut on their side.